What? Did you really think that we were going to allow them to terminate our rights and not do anything about it? DCFS must be very delusional if they thought that was going to happen. Here we go. There are certain rights that you are born with. Those rights protect you from government and corporations from establishing and violating those rights. These are inalienable rights. I really have faith in our court system. I truly believed that the judge was going to see through the BS. I sat there and it felt like if it was a script. They've done this so much that I think my son's mom's attorney was an intern. My attorney, I appreciate you, but the legal establishment just terminated my rights because they felt like I wasn't a good dad. Can you believe that? Who determines that? Who determines what's right and what's wrong? Now, if you think that we were going to stay silent over confidentiality laws that protect only the social workers and only the corruption that they've done, their illegal activities, if you believe that we were going to stay silent, then you are delusional. You sat there in the courtroom, questioned us. You saw my son's mom's honest answers and my honest answers and refused to accept the evidence I presented to you. Today, we the people, we must talk about the legal trafficking of children. Now, if you don't know by now, the real separation of families is in the foster care system. Our main goal is to turn those powers into the orphanages. Give those powers to the orphanages to only adopt out orphans. Today, it only took 15 minutes of questioning altogether for them to determine if we were good parents or not. 15 minutes of basic questioning and a rushed, forced adoption. I was unable to speak to my public defender. You know what they call those, right? Public pretenders? Prior to the trial. This is the most odd and unhuman trial that I have ever experienced. Today I wasn't charged with a crime. It wasn't the real reason we accepted to reunify because we felt pressure to the family by the social workers, by the court-appointed attorney, by our weakness, which is our children. It was inevitable. I knew this day was going to come. It was just a matter of time. What that I did not know was that they were going to terminate my son's mom's rights. My son loves that woman. I cannot be mad at her. And today, if I try to protect her as a father should protect its spouse or domestic partner or the other parent, they gaslight you and they make you look like you're obsessed with the mother. August 10th. Today, it is 10:48 p.m. The court date. This court date determined whether we, the people, have absolute control over our government. I am afraid to tell you and advise you that you're not free. I'm not free. Today, the planned child abuse narratives are in question. We should question every single one of them. And who should we question? It is, I don't like to sound crazy or like a conspiracy theory, but I'm only going to present facts. It is those who were trafficking pure cocaine to Freeway Rick Ross, to dismantle the family household, to take the man away from the family image. In terms, as a result, this is the beginning of what they've tried to do. Child's rights was implemented by the United Nations. We know about the United Nations, their globalist agenda. I would just like to point out the fact that because we accepted the reunification services, our rights weren't terminated because of drug use or anything that wrong that we did, any abuse that we did to our child. Our rights were terminated because social workers gaslighted us, neglected us by sabotaging visits. Today I am going to provide you the number to the courthouse and the DCFS office. I want you to call and ask for justice. We are launching our campaign to educate parents, and not over this video, not over 101, no, in a massive scale. You might have terminated my parental rights, but you also terminated and eliminated your only weapon, DCFS. You no longer have anything above me. You no longer have anything that you can hold that I might lose. So, game theory, of course. So, I would make sure I won't stop until every single one of you guys, every judge, like, hey, sat there, looked us in the eyes as you were falling asleep. Honorable Aaron K, to every single one of you guys are behind bars. Every single social worker held accountable for the crimes against humanity. This time around, you are not facing a physical enemy. You're not facing Nancy Schaefer. You're not facing your local politicians. You're facing God, because I've said it before, God didn't choose the foster care system, the grandparents, the auntie, uncles, the foster parents. No, God chose you for a reason, to parent the child that He gifted to you and to raise them and guide them through life. That is man's choice versus God's choice. And today, the Department of Children and Family Services has become one of those establishments that need to be abolished. Their crimes against humanity will be shined the light on. I guarantee you that, starting with the predicted algorithm that determines whether a parent has the capability to reunify with their child. Not only that, it determines whether a child is put in danger, and social workers are purposely leaving children that are truly endangered with their abusers, or putting them in abusive homes on purpose to later use it like they did Gabriel Fernandez to strengthen the power of the department. Not anymore. Enough is enough. Today our fight is not against the grandparents, although they need to be held accountable for the reasons why we ended up here. They need to take accountability, because I already took mine. I pled guilty to my domestic violence. I was serving my probation sentence, but we must shine a light. The President of the United States, I am upset. Department of Children and Family Services in the foster care system within this time. That is a big question in my mind, that an establishment like this no longer respects your constitutional right and your inalienable rights that you were born with. If nobody's going to say it, this is the real separation of family, not the ones in the border. Because I can tell you how that started. But when a parent is involved and is sitting there pleading to the judge, telling them that I still want to be a part of my child's life, your nepotistic, corrupted social worker has sabotaged our visits, and you do not want to take a look at the evidence. My parental bond with my child is very strong. I want to ask justice for Jason and Brianna, who got defrauded by the same social worker that removed our child, Jerry Romero Jr. This man literally now is abusing the powers given to them by us, the people, to protect our children, as the children that these planned narratives, when I say planned narratives, planned child abuse narratives, I mean the algorithm told the social workers this child is in danger of death. Remove. And there is the human instinct. Money, more power, more incentives, more. If your child is in the system right now, I guarantee you he has ADHD, autism, Asperger's. He has some type of mental illness, because more services means more money, more referrals that the county needs to write, more money from the federal government, more power that they have. These non-profit organizations need to be stripped away from the money that they give and these fake narratives. Sisters and Sue is very corrupt. If you have your visits in Sisters and Sue, leave them right now, because I can tell you where their narratives messed up my case. Where I sat down, they told maternal grandma I did not show up to my visits. Maternal grandma would leave, then they would come happily in the room telling me maternal grandma couldn't make it because the child didn't wake up. He didn't want to wake up. He wanted to go to bed. Ezra, son, we love you. We love you a lot. And although Grandma has you and Douglas, which I don't agree to you being placed there, for the moment you're safe, and Dad are gonna work to help families, and then we'll get our justice. We appealed the decision right away. Hopefully, an appellate lawyer can see the case and determine that there was something, and we appeal it and we win. But till meantime, we will start educating the parents that are being defrauded. I asked to make a statement and the judge silenced me. You're not going to silence me over your confidentiality laws that protect you. This is the end of Child Protective Services. This is the end of the real separation of families. Join our movement or figure out what we figured out the hard way.